the reason for some of the incidents that took place in the past to let the humans mix with other humans. We may call it disaster, but whatever it is a desire to know more. In the tree language, when you say Papa, Papa means good. And you go to a place like India, they have a language called Sanskrit. Now, when you say Papa in Sanskrit, it means bad. For example, if you are talking of death and you mention straightforward death, then it takes somebody to the emotion of grief. You see, emotion of fear. Inside the drama, we call it language. But with God, he calls it his energies. You see, and they are in vibrations. If you are using language which is creating separation, then tone that one down. The language that is bringing unity and clearing off the false identity, the external forms which are just dreams. Some language really makes a dream to be real, and some language also play down on the illusion, so that it makes you really come down.
Hi, welcome to Jan Cosmic Foundation, another evening. And I'm always excited here on the weekend like this one because we offer real teachings, we offer unique teachings that will help you to transcend the physical reality so that you can get to the spiritual realm as where we came from. That is our natural home. And Dr. Baffour Jan is here to do that for us, always here every weekend. And today we are very fortunate to have him again. Today we are discussing language, the essence of language and spirituality. We've done the tree version. You can check the description box down and find a link and watch it if you feel like watching that one too. But it's going to be a full lecture, so sit back, relax, and enjoy our show. Good evening, beloved brother.
Good evening, beloved.
Thank you for having you again.
Right.
And today we are looking at language. Language, culture, then maybe we look at the essence of language for spiritual growth. But let's look at the preliminaries. First of all, what is language, Doctor? When we talk about language.
Yeah. Yes. Language, say the yearning of the human to return to spirit abilities. You see, spirit doesn't really need language.
Wow.
Yes. But when the spirit is functioning, sending energy down, and we call it mind. It's a projection, and then mind is projecting body. So when we come to that state, that is where we lack the abilities of the full abilities, the full attributes of the spirit. We are lacking them, and we feel the lack. And because of that, we try to iron it out. We want to achieve it.
Okay.
So that desire to come back to perfection, and spirit knows everything, but we come to the point where we don't know everything. So we are seeking to know. And in the process of seeking to know, we find that some will know something that others don't know. And for that matter, there should be communication. Okay. If you are a grown up, the baby doesn't know because it's picking mind. And it picks mind, and mind is having shortcomings. So the grown-up wants to teach the child. So communication is so necessary in this zone, in this world, in this drama. You see, so without it, it's like nothing will go on. See, if we look at the plants, yes, they have their level of communication. If we come to animals, they also have their level of communication, and it helps them to survive. If you come to this zone without communication totally, it is difficult to survive. So language came because we are yearning to communicate. And the powers of the Spirit descending into mind is always fulfilling desires. You see, so the desire is that we want to communicate, and because of that, we develop the faculties that is molded for us so that we can speak. Animals, they don't have that portion for speaking the way we do it. So that portion is developed so that we can speak. In other words, we're trying to improve upon communication. Animals, plants communicate, but it is not well developed. Evolution comes to animals, and then they develop the faculty to communicate more. So all the animals, they communicate a lot, you see. And then they desire to communicate in such a way that we don't have shortcomings continuous within the entities. Because of that, we develop another faculty in the brain so that we can achieve that. And that portion allows us to express ourselves more and more. See, so when you study the brain of the animal and the brain of the human, there are things in the brain of the human you can't find in the brain of the animal. You see, so it's that is why we talk of evolution.
Okay.
That means we are moving forward.
Forward.
And it is all to fulfill the desire of the soul. The soul is seeking perfection. The soul is perfect, but because it's functioning inside the body and mind, it doesn't see the perfection and it wants to express it. And because of that, certain things are adjusted in the equipment so that we can express more, get closer to perfection. You see, we want to get closer to perfection. But absolute perfection belongs to the Spirit, and we try to achieve it here in this world, and it is like an impossibility. But we will do it to the utmost point, and we find that we still don't have the perfection as we wanted, unless we even withdraw, you see, from the equipment. So the final conclusion will come for the souls to actually look beyond all the systems for the perfection, because the perfection is not found inside. We try to perfect things, but the highest point, we still see imperfection. You see, and in the long run, we have to. That's why sometimes I use the word surrender. In the long run, we have to surrender to Spirit. Okay. And Spirit expresses itself freely, no restrictions. So whatever we try to do here is to express that perfection, but the utmost we still don't get the full perfection. Yeah, so language is more advanced in the evolution pattern, where we are able to communicate very well, and that is expressed through certain organs which are made for the purpose. The spirit is so powerful. The energies is sent, and we call mind, and then on and on we get the body. There is desire that comes through the mind, and when whatever the mind is desiring, then it keeps focus on it, and focus means it is like you are invoking energy from spirit. So spirit gives energy where there is focus, where there is will. Yeah. That is why there is a saying that when one is willing, where there is a will, there is a way. When you are really determined and willing, then energy will be released from spirit.
Okay.
You see, and it energizes through the mind, and then it brings manifestation. So we yearn to communicate, and because of that, spirit sends energy into the mind, and always we say mind is creative. It is because of the energy from the spirit. So the mind gets energized and it creates. It makes things happen. And if we have a desire to communicate, then the mind, the energy from spirit through the mind is going to create the organs that will really bring about communication. So we get a voice, we get all these other faculties connected to speech, to language, and a portion of the brain to be connected to analyze, to give meaning to the language. Because language is a sound, but meaning is in the mind. You see, mind picks that. So,
Language is a sound,
yes,
but the mind picks it as a meaning.
yeah, the mind gives it meaning.
Gives it meaning, rather.
Yes, you see.
Okay.
So, you see, it's a coordination between mind and body.
Okay.
You see, internal and external. So they coordinate, and spirit energizes, gives them the energy because mind initiates desires. Mind keeps focus on achieving something, and spirit releases energy for it to happen. And because of that, mind is able to adjust things in the physical side, the material side, and the equipment is made so that now what the mind desired can happen. Are you getting the
I'm
understanding?
getting it, but I'm also getting a little bit confused. But doctor, specifically, where is the origin of human language? Where did human language originated from?
Okay.
Because when we were kids, we heard that language came from some sounds, as you were even saying, language is a sound. Some theory says from God. God gave language to Adam in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
Some people were also even attributing to the Tower of the Babel. That is where language started. And I'm following your teachings, but I'm a little bit confused. Briefly and specifically, where can we trace the origin of language to?
The origin of language. Say always the highest things, the source of things is beyond the forms. That is why I'm not beginning with, like you are talking of Tower of Babel and this and that and that. These are forms. And forms are like dreams. Forms are like stories. In the long run, they are stories. But the real source is beyond those things. That is why I begin from where it comes from. You
Yes.
see, when they say God, God spoke like this, did like this, but in actual fact, I just explained spirit gives the energy to mind. And spirit is what we call God. So it's the same thing.
Okay.
But because people are thinking God is in some form, when you say spirit giving energy to mind they can't catch up with the understanding. Difficult to understand. But difficult to understand, yet it is the truth beyond the forms. So God is not sitting in the sky somewhere.
Okay.
You see, those beliefs, I want to avoid it because that isn't the truth.
Okay.
That is why I don't begin that way.
Doctor, that is our background. That is where we are from. So that is what we understand.
Yes, but we have to change.
Okay.
You see, that background is not helping anyone. It's just that you begin with the dreaming. But the dreamer, the one who projected the dream, is not inside the dream.
Wow.
You see, when you dream and you are seeing many, many things going on, it is you, the one dreaming, don't see yourself. You are seeing things happening, things going on. So beyond the dream, the dreamer is there.
Okay.
Are you getting it?
I'm getting it.
But the dreamer doesn't have to look like anything in the dream. You don't have to look like anything in the dream. The dream is a dream. It can be anything, forms, different forms. It doesn't mean those forms are you, because you are even just one. How can you be that many? The many is just dream, but just that one, how that one looks like. That one, if you want to see how that one looks like, then you have to drop the dream.
Okay.
If you don't drop the dream, you can't find that form inside the dream. If it is a form at all, you can't see it inside the dream. So when the people are talking of God starting language, doing this, doing that, it is inside the dream or drama that they are starting to talk about things.
Okay.
But beyond it is where things started. So all the time I start from beyond. That is why sometimes people don't understand. You see, so beyond the drama is the real you, and that real you is spirit.
That is where language started.
That is where the energy that brings about language.
Okay.
You see, so that energy, when it is projected first time, then we call it mind. And then that mind continues projecting, and then it becomes physical things, visible things, forms. You see? Now, within these forms, we have desires, and the desires are coming from the mind. Spirit doesn't have desires. When it projects mind, mind gets desires. Why does mind get desires? Because mind has shortcomings. Spirit doesn't have shortcomings, so it has no desires. Perfect. So mind cannot be perfect, and whatever has been projected cannot be perfect, and it's seeking perfection.
Okay.
Mind is seeking perfection. That's why it has desires.
Okay.
And because of the desires, we want to really reach out, communicate, link up. And because of that, Spirit provides the energy, is the source. Without that energy, mind cannot do anything. Yes. So when we identify ourselves with mind so much, then we are having desires. And then the desires will adjust. There is a saying that mind over matter. Mind over matter. That means mind can adjust matter.
Okay.
Spirit can adjust mind. Mind can adjust matter or physical. You see. So when mind wants something, then it will adjust the physical to make it happen. So it's adjusting the forms. So the human form has something additional that mind has created, adjusted, so that it can express more. That is language, communicate more. Mind made the plants. These are forms. Now, these forms, they are expressions fulfilling desire of the mind, but they are in the beginning, so they don't fulfill everything. So it continues on, and then we get animals, and then they express more. So mind is happy, it's getting the expression more in the form of animal. Then it expresses more again, and it becomes human, human forms. There you can communicate more. But in animals, it communicates, but it's not so much. So mind is not satisfied with just the creation of animals, and they communicate, but not so efficiently. But the humans can communicate more efficiently, you see. Now, if we continue that pattern, then we get to the point where we have, excuse me to say, something like lower human, higher human. Because communication is all limited to the equipment, but portions of the equipment are developing, getting activated, so that the communication becomes much more efficient. You see, but certain people are not using that portion of the mind. It is there. So once they are not using it, it becomes like lower human. He has the potential, all right. The mind has designed, created it for you to express. But we are not activating that side. We are not using that side. Now, if somebody is using that side, he can communicate. We talk of telepathy, clairvoyance. That is what is connected to what we call the third eye.
Okay.
You see? So all these faculties, they are there, but they are not being used. See? So communication can be raised to another level altogether.
Wow.
Yes.
Doctor, we will come to that place. But before that, you are watching Jan Cosmic Foundation. This and every weekend, we discuss things related to spirituality with Dr. Baffour Jan. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can watch us live this and every weekend. Doctor, I want to find out why we have so many languages. You see, spirit, as you said, spirit is expressing its energy through the mind, so that language will come out.
Yeah.
But we have different languages, language, culture, and the way some people will speak their language is different from how people will also speak theirs, even though most of us are using the same sounds system.
Yeah.
And also in different parts, there are some, apart from language, there are some utterances that might be seen differently between two languages. What's the cause of that?
Yes. Say the portion of the mind that is helping sound to be made. If there is some animal, that portion is not there, it can't make sounds. Now, it may use some other means to show express something, but it can make the sounds. Now, we have that portion, we make the sounds. But we have a different portion that gives meaning. You see, the portion that helps us to make the sounds, we simply make sounds. And then there is a portion analyzing and giving it meaning, so that the sound comes and it means this. So that portion is always working together with the sounds we are making.
The portion that gives the sound meaning.
Yes.
It's working together with the production of the sound.
Of the sound.
Okay.
You see. If they are separated out, one can make sounds and it will be meaningless. It has no meaning. You see. Now, for the portion of the mind that gives meaning, it is giving the meaning based on how that particular thing is going to benefit you. Are you getting it?
How that thing, the meaning is going to benefit me.
Benefit you. So if you make, that means relevant to you, it is meaningful to you, to your life. So if you hear some sound or make some sound and the mind is analyzing it, most of the time the environment you are in and the kind of things that are there, the humans, and the particular sounds coming from there, then the mind will give particular meaning. So let me give you some examples. Say, yeah. Let's say you have a desire, you are thirsty. If you are thirsty, then the mind is looking in the environment, something that can fulfill that thirst. Now, there is water. That is what you require. And the subconscious is always the basis for activating the portions of the mind. So the moment, let's say you hear a river, you are in the bush, then you hear the sound of water, you know, hey, then the mind will immediately connect and tell you, yes, the thing that will fulfill your test. And that thing which will fulfill your test, you want to give it a permanent connection so that all the time you can actually connect to it. So the part of the mind that is connected with meaning will immediately connect the sound it heard, and call it water. So sometimes we give language based on the analysis of sounds. When people are saying water, other people are using the different words for it. Nsuo, nsu, aqua. The low, French people, you know. So it is the portion of the brain analyzing some things, and always it is the sound connection that it uses to give it meaning. So, I'll give a few examples and maybe it will be clearer. When people say cork, cork cock makes certain sounds. You see? And because of that, the brain analyzes anytime something like cock, then cock, you see?
You can
And
relate
because
it
of that,
to
even in the tree, you say akoko.
So it's because of the sound that it
The
produces. That's
brain
why
will
the brain,
analyze and
wow.
give it a meaning.
Okay.
You see, connect meaning to the sound. You see? So some part of the world, they may refer not to that sound. Sometimes they may refer to color. Sometimes they may refer to something else. And the brain will connect
To
that thing which is of this color. You see?
Even someone told me last time that where their language originated from, most of them were from sounds. When the sound, you drop a sound and the
It
sound
makes some
that,
sound,
yeah,
then
they take it and add it
they
to
give it a name,
Yeah.
based on that. There are many, many examples, you see.
So that's why we have different languages.
Languages.
People interpret things differently.
Yes, the brain, wherever the environment is one of the reasons that we have different languages. The environment gives certain different sounds, and sometimes what impacts on the mind may not be sound, but you see something and it is so flashy, so attractive. So the color or its texture, based on how your feelings, your five senses connect, then we give it a meaning. Yes. So,
Doctor, someone asked me one question.
yeah,
Which language do God understand? Does God understand best?
very good question.
I think you can link it to what you are saying.
Yes.
And you
You see,
explain to our audience.
it's unfortunate people are thinking God is like the human inside a drama. You see, so they are thinking he's like that. He's outside a drama, and all he sees is energy from him moving. And the energy is taking forms and so on. So even language is energy in forms. Now, when you have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, different frequency vibrations, and then you have colors, also vibrations. So God sees vibrations. You see, he sees vibrations coming from his energy. It's vibrating differently. That is all he sees.
Not
But
necessarily specific language, English.
no. Those are in the drama. Inside the drama, that is where you analyze then this frequency versus this one. This one is heavier, therefore this one is solid. This one is lighter, therefore this is liquid. So that is from the equipment.
Physical,
The equipment is analyzing these things. But spirit only sees frequencies from itself, which are modulating, moving this way, that way. So it takes forms, and it's a witness of his own energy taking forms this way and that way. But as to all these things relative that we are talking about, it is not the language of God. You see? So
it's the language of the drama.
yes, inside the drama we call it language, but with God he calls his energies.
Okay.
You see, and they are in vibrations. You see,
Doctor, let's come to the drama itself. We have different languages in Ghana.
Yeah.
And different languages elsewhere.
Yeah.
And when we are born, we have our immediate language, which most of us call it the mother tongue or the L1.
Yeah.
Then we learn another language, which is the L2 or the second language. I personally prefer to speak to my kids in my local language so that they can understand me better. Because when I talk about any J, I can relate to the morphemes.
Yeah.
Any J,
Yeah.
asum J. Like I can relate more to it than to say peace. But most of us here, especially, we prefer speaking to our kids in an L2 language or maybe a secondary language instead of our L1, which is, let's say I'm an Akan, so I need to speak Akan to my people. But most of us, we speak English or any foreign language to our children at home. Is there any repercussions?
The truth is this. The mind wants to expand. And the reason is because it is not as perfect as spirit. It wants to expand and achieve the perfection of spirit. So always mind wants to connect here and there. Even when you have your household, they talk, they speak in a particular way. As time goes on, you are relating to other people and they are also expressing in different ways. It may be the same language, but different tones, you know. So you expand. And then later you expand more and then you come in contact with others, with their culture, their language and everything. So expansion is also part of the things the mind is doing. So it's connecting, connecting, connecting until we are getting a global village. You see, always a desire to expand because we think we can expand until, the mind thinks it can expand until it becomes spirit. Because spirit is fully expanded, but mind is not fully expanded. That is why it's seeking perfection and is seeking expansion. So, it is good. We begin with our language. And if we are the only one on the planet, then our expansion will be just our language all over the planet. You see? But we are not the only ones. And yet, our mind seeks expansion. In fact, the reason for some of the incidents that took place in the past to let the humans mix with other humans, we may call it disaster, but whatever it is a desire to know more, the desire to reach out that is bringing all these things. So, if some situation comes, let's take for example in Africa, and the blacks, they were really dominant on the planet in the past. But people are not satisfied with the level of expansion. We want to expand more, you see. And sometimes we have to even go beyond where, if it is a continent or country, empire, and we are expanding it. And the method of expansion sometimes is wrong because sometimes we see other groups, we want you to join our empire, and then we catch you by force. Come serve, and whatever you have, bring it to
us.
Bring it to us. So we are expanding, and it satisfies our minds when we are able to expand. But the process of expansion, we incur a lot of things against the laws of life, because the others too, they also have the same thing you have, that they also want to expand. But now you cripple them, you just take them and put them down. So most of the empires were doing like that, and that is what led to the empires collapsing.
Wow.
Because it's against the laws of life. Laws of life want us to see oneness, love. But here you are an emperor, and then I extend my empire, go there, that side. Whoever you get there, let them come and serve me. So the expansion system, not knowing the same expansion in your mind that you want, that person too wants the same. So if you do that to him, you've breached some law, because you entered a person's field and you restricted the person from expansion. You see, self-expansion. Wow. So when you do like that, then your own expansion will also be curtailed.
Wow, wow, wow. Doctor, let's take from this point to other politeness strategies.
Yeah.
You see, most of our language, some of the speech acts, it poses a threat to the hearer. For instance, most of the directives, when I say directive, speak that we use to command something or get something from somebody.
Yeah.
It usually bring imposition.
Yeah.
And because of that, people would like to reduce the imposition, and so they bring in politeness strategies so that they will not pose a threat on the face of the hearer. And so there are a lot of politeness strategies they use. Some people even use like pessimism application. I remember when I was a kid and my father was around, sometimes he would call me, okay, Seube to me, come and do this for me. If you could. Senka en hawa. If time will permit you. He's just giving me the reverence. Yeah. But what he's actually saying is, come and do this for me. Yeah. Dr. Jan, politeness strategy in our culture. Can you say something about that?
Yes. Yes, when we are becoming more advanced, then there is that kind of compassion, feeling for others, empathy. You see, so it's like you put yourself in the position of others and you try to understand them. And your ways of handling relationship becomes different from those who are not evolved. You see, evolution changes the human. It makes you all-inclusive. I already mentioned how the mind wants to expand until it expands to coincide with spirit nature. Spirit is unlimited, and mind has limitations. It's seeking expansion. So in the process, if the mind expands, then the qualities of spirit begin to show. And because spirit is all-inclusive, then you begin to be more inclusive. You see, you include people, you include others, you feel what they feel. You see?
You talked about sympathy. I'm not interfering, but you talk about sympathy.
Empathy.
Empathy, okay. Yeah. Agreement. They are all part of what you are saying.
Yeah.
Like we are all Ghanaians.
Yeah.
I can say we are all humans.
That's right.
Even if you are black, you are white, you are this, we are all equal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I really appreciate what you are saying about this politeness. Continue for us.
Yes. So that brings about automatic politeness. You see, one feels he doesn't want to express something that, hurt the other. Yes. And he wants to express things that make the other feel good. There are certain things when you go direct to them when dealing with other people, then you take them to emotional energies. See, for example, if you are talking of death and you mention straightforward death, then it takes somebody to the emotion of grief. You see, emotion of fear. So they will use some terms. Yes. Yes.
Where is Desmond? Desmond will give you all the terminology.
Yes, yes. So they don't go straight to say it, so that the mind will not connect to emotions. You see, same with when you are announcing death to somebody, you may shock the person, and it may be the person may enter into a very depressed state because you say, "Oh, this somebody died." No. So sometimes we take the strategy. Sometimes we talk to the person, explain that, something like this. This person has gone through some difficulties, maybe health or whatever, and then you are tracing the mind through gradually instead of just boom speaking say the person is dead. Then somebody will just collapse. You see, but there are ways and means to soften all these things through language.
Okay.
So if our people, they have somebody we call linguist. The linguist, when he's mediating between, the chief and the people, sometimes the people will speak something, and the linguist will take it and speak it to the chief, but he will make it in such a way that some of the utterances will not shock the
people,
the king, the chief. You see, so he softens the language, he turns the language in some way. He will say the thing, but the way he will say it, the chief will not enter into any panic or anxiety. Sometimes even people speaking to the chief may insult, but the linguist would
we interpret
it in a way that the insult
limit the insult.
is out of it.
Okay.
You see, all these are ways and means to help people not to enter into emotions.
Wow, doctor.
Yes.
Love your explanation.
Yes.
Jan Cosmic Foundation, you are watching us live this evening. We are discussing language, the essence, and spirituality. You can drop your comments down the comment section below. If you also love this show, just give us a like and share it to your brother or your sister so that he can also benefit from this lesson. Doctor, we were talking about politeness, but does it have any link with humility? Because you always talk about consistency and humility. I love that word, humility.
Yeah.
Does humility have any link with politeness, shortly?
Yes, it has.
Okay.
When you are growing, you are evolving, you get to some points, these qualities begin to come out.
Okay.
Look at the plant. The plant is growing, growing, growing. It gets to a point, after germination, it comes up, it shoots some twigs. Then next stage, some leaves pop up. Then it grows, grows, grows. Then some stage, flowers pop up. Then from there, then the fruits, from the flowers, we get the fruits also. So there are stages, new things show up. When the flowers show up, they look very beautiful, very nice. You are watching the flowers, you see, and sometimes there's nectar in the flowers, and some creatures, birds, they come to suck. Good. So the human, you are also evolving like that. And you get to some place, some qualities will appear. And those qualities, they are like humility, kindness, gentleness. All these things are unfolding by themselves at a certain stage in evolution. So it's not something, if you haven't gotten there, you can only imitate it, but it's not real. You can't force it. So you have to evolve to the point where humility comes, and it is natural.
Okay.
Just like the plant grows and flowers come.
Okay.
You see,
Okay.
so it goes on
humility
and
is
on.
not pretense, like
No,
something I do, like I'm humble.
Prostrating doesn't mean you are humble. You see, you may surrender your body, but the internal side is not surrendered.
Wow.
Most of the time it's happening. Yeah. Sometimes you go to places, high places, people are prostrating, they go down. But surrendering your body, what is going on in your mind? See? So if the mind is also in tune properly, then that is where these qualities will come. The genuine humility. Yeah. And the other values. And then you feel love, which is expanded beyond forms. So the human form, the form or the persons who are close to you, you begin your love to them, then you expand it. Maybe you go to school and then you expand it, then your district, and then your region, then your country. So there is expansion of your love. Now imagine somebody leaves Ghana, he goes overseas somewhere, and in that particular country, he only meets a Nigerian or a Togolese, an Ivorian, or whoever. Then immediately he expands to get him in. You see, he expands to get him in. But when he was in Ghana, Nigerian is out. You see, he travels, meets him, and then he expands to cover him.
We are all Africans.
Yes, you see. So the same thing, even in the one country, some tribe, then they draw a line around ourselves, and we don't want to expand beyond it. But when there is some game of football,
we are all Ghanaians.
and then the others from other tribes, they are playing inside it and glorifying Ghana. Then you expand to cover Ghana.
We are all
Everybody, we are all one. You see, and the same is going on all the time. But you see, expansion actually is the pattern of evolution. So we need to let it happen and then unfold our qualities of love.
Dr. Language documentation and preservation, is it part of the expansion? Looking back, I think a lot of people didn't document a lot. But currently, we are putting more of things on the paper, preserving them so that other people will have access to them. So that they can read and help with their lives.
Good.
Language documentation and preservation, is it really important?
When you want to drink water, you need a cup. You need a container for the water. But it is the water you want, not the container. So you may keep the water in the container, in a bottle somewhere. You may keep it so that later you can drink. You see, now you have some you are drinking. The others you can keep in some containers, you see, for later use. So language, culture, and all those things, as I already mentioned, a portion of the mind deals with meaning. So the meaning becomes the essence, and all the particular sounds will become the receptacle, so that this particular sound, you make it, and it goes along with this meaning. We keep it, you see. But when you keep it, it is not just the sounds that have the essence, but the essence is in the meaning. You see, so the meaning is the water, and the sounds are the they're just the containers, and we preserve it. So anytime that sound is made, then we have a particular meaning we are picking. So the pick is inside it. And for our lives, it is the meaning which affects our lives. You see? So if somebody says something, the meaning of it may make you angry. Maybe he makes a sound and you think it's insulting you. Your mind is analyzing the sound and says it's an insult. You see, it's an insult. But where you can understand this is the same sound may be made in another language and it may be a praise. The same sound. So the meaning is what affects our lives.
Not necessarily the sound.
No, not necessarily the sound.
Okay.
But the meaning affects our lives.
So we should, in documentation, the meaning is more important.
Very, very, very. So whatever we document, we look at it and it reminds us some sound, because whatever is written down is sound. It's connected to, if this is the sound, then this is the mark I'm making to stand for it. You see? So that is the writing. So if I make this marking, it means I. You see? So I is a sound. And what does I mean? And then you may get some language, when they say I, it is a different meaning altogether. You see? Okay. So it's the meaning which affects by the sounds. We preserve it plus a meaning. So that later on we can refer to it and
get the meaning.
Especially if the topic is something that will benefit us in some way, our lives, then we preserve it. So from the sound, meaning, then to signs we make, that we write it down. So what you have written is connected to some sound, and that sound is connected to some meaning. But the meaning is the point.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, the meaning is the point.
Yes.
Dr. Jan, we don't have enough time.
Yeah.
But I want us to look at some small syntax, sentence structure, and let's say the essence. In one of your retreats, I asked you a question about language, and you said we should use it as an essence. Yeah. And so you made an example about, you said the first person singular pronoun with I and me. So, for instance, if the board, we had the board here, like we would do a demonstration.
Analysis, yeah.
But I am a God. The God is in me. You see, the I and the me, virtually almost in the like literal terms, is the same. But one is subject and the other is used as object. In my language, even though it's different, but virtually we see the same. In my language, we use even me. Me ye nyame. Okay. Nyame no one me. Me ye nyame, nyame no one me. The me no is a high tone.
Yeah.
The last one is a low tone.
Yeah.
So definitely there are differences.
Yeah.
Please, can you give us some sentence structures examples so that we can look at some simple essence and we'll wrap up?
Yeah. I already told you about meaning and sound. So when you say I, then you are putting yourself in a position of doing something. So I do this. I did this. See, I want. So it's just like the I is the one who does something. And then the me is the one something is done to. You see? He insulted me. He hit me. He lost me. So something is done to you, but I do.
Something to the
Yes. You see, so I and me are opposites.
other. One is a I in the subjective case and the me is in the objective case.
Exactly. Exactly. So in this way, every language, sometimes they will use the same sound, but they just put some accent on one and bring one down. So like you were saying, me,
And me.
me, you see. So when it is being done to you, he did it to me. And I said, why he did something to me,
Low tone.
low tone. But then
You do something
you
to
do
somebody
something, you
high.
use the same me, but it
It's a
has a
high tone.
different way of saying it. So the mind is trained to pick how you said it, means it is referring to the subject, or how you said it is referring to the object, the one something is done to, or the one who is doing something. So mind is analyzing these things through the brain setup. Yeah. And sometimes, the other time I was telling you this in one of the videos, I think the tree or something. Sometimes the same sound, I gave example of in the tree language, when you say papa. Papa means good. And you go to a place like India, they have a language called Sanskrit. Now, when you say papa in Sanskrit, it means bad.
Wow.
It means bad things, sinful things, wrong things. Whilst in the local language here, the same sound, the same sound, and here it means good.
Good.
So the analysis is just the mind. Mind will give meaning, but it depends on the environment, the setup of the people, what they choose to, the meaning they give to it, so be it. So there is nothing like permanent language, as people think, that this is the language of God. And it's unfortunate when they are thinking God is like one in the drama. No. He's, the drama is in him. He is not in the drama like that. The way the whole of God, you find it in the drama. No.
We are limiting God.
No.
Doctor, how should we use language? Finally, before we wrap up, how should we use language so that we get the benefits from it?
Yes. You see, we are evolving, and we have to use language in such a way that we are actually confirming the laws, the truth of life. The truth of life is that all the things you are seeing, behind it is only one presence, which is spirit. And therefore, if you are using language which is creating separation, then tone that one down. The language that is bringing unity and clearing off the false identity, the external forms which are just dreams. Some language really makes the dream to be real. And some language also play down on the illusion, so that it makes you really calm down. Let's see some examples. Sometimes people are speaking about, especially the preaching, they use the word preaching. They are talking, and then they say, human being, sometimes you are becoming 6 feet at last. You see,
Whatever you do, you will die.
you die. You become 6 feet at last. You die. That is actually strengthening the illusion. So what we should highlight is the fact that the spirit doesn't die, and that is the you. So whenever we are actually growing, we are evolving more, then the language that we use and we taught is wonderful to say. It's no more part of us. It's dropping. You see, sometimes people are saying, and then we become dust. At long last, you become earth.
We are nothing.
But that is your equipment. It's not you. You see, so when you push it, some people take it that way. Oh, then they become weakened.
Sure.
Yeah.
People don't know even that
They
the body
become
and
afraid.
the mind is there to serve us.
Yes,
It's
they
true.
become, you put fear in them, they begin to worry. They are in anxiety. So everything, yes, it's true. All this, we are going to die. No. Sometimes you have the corpse there, then somebody will say, oh, he's now being taken to the mortuary or to the cemetery. He's not the one. You see, he's not the one. You see, so the real him is withdrawn.
I'm just laughing. We just attended the funeral last week, and when we were coming, one of the ladies were saying, so we are going to leave Masem Kete only in the bush.
Just imagine.
The dead person, we are going to leave the dead person only in the bush.
In the bush. See, so you see how sometimes we are broken in our minds and our hearts because he alone is going to be in the dark place and soil is put upon him and, or whatever. And we are thinking that way. You see, that language keeps us more in the grip of the bondage in the drama. You see, fear. No matter who you are, if you are thinking the corpse is the person being sent, then it is having silent fear in you. So is that how I am also going to end? Everybody, this is how you are going to end. People are preaching like that. That is false philosophy, false indoctrination. See? So instead of highlighting those things which appear to be real, that the person is no more, and yet we're saying, oh, he's here, he's dead. He's dead. So we carry him, we are going to bury him today, or bury her today. That is wrong. The point is, his corpse, her corpse, is going to be buried today. You see, that is the correction. So if you are advancing, your language changes.
Okay.
Your language changes. So we are going to the funeral, and then we say the person's funeral. Yeah. Now, in actual fact, what is going on in our minds is that they go and put the person there, we go around the person, the dead body, and people are saying, oh, see, the body has changed. Some are not even saying the body has changed so much. They are going to say, he has changed so much. And some will say he's even beginning to decay. He's blah, blah, blah. He's not the one there. You see, so we are careless with our language, and yet it is gripping us more in the dream state. In dream state, it is true. What you are saying is true, but it is dream state.
It's not a
So
reality.
it's not a reality. So if you want to come to the reality, then your language will have to also change gradually, because you are heading for the truth. So instead of, for example, somebody saying, I'm a sinner, that is gripping you in the dream, in the drama. You say, yeah, I'm the light of the world.
Yeah.
Because spirit gives energy to the world for it to function, and it is like putting light in the darkness. So you are that light. You see, your presence here makes everything shine. So for that matter, your language for yourself matters a lot.
Can affirmation help?
Oh, certainly.
Okay.
Certainly.
Doctor, wrap up, final words. We don't
Yeah.
have time.
So on the topic of language, it is automatic that when you are growing spiritually, then your language will be changing gradually. And then you can be sensitive to the language others are using when they haven't come to that point. You get it very clear. Say, sometimes go to a funeral and someone comes to speak, preach, and is telling the people, see how all the wealth, see this life, I mean, we are, the whole wealth is nothing. And that, see, our person now, he had to drop everything. You see, in a sense,
you also be like that person.
yes. So it appeals to the people's hearing, and they think that is something wonderful to hear. You see, but there is something in it. There is something in it. When in the scripture it is said that it is very difficult for a rich man to go to the kingdom, even more difficult than putting a camel through the eye of a needle, But this is creating something. People are confused. It is not exactly, when you are advancing spiritually, this is, there is something about that saying which is not complete. What is inside it is, if you are a rich man, and you are a channel of service, you see, you are a channel of service, so you don't claim anything.
Wow.
Yes. So you may be very wealthy, but you are a channel reaching out. So it comes and goes. And you are on a higher level, you become channel, you are attached to nothing.
Hey,
But
all men could go to heaven, maybe before this thing to go through the head of a needle, before a rich man could go to heaven. That's the interpretation.
no, not all rich men. But you see, the reason why this statement was made, we have target groups. When you are speaking to people of a certain level, they are so much attached to, they are so money conscious, they are attached to money. It gives them this statement to break them. You see, you give them this statement to break them from money conscious. But if one comes to the point where he's a channel and money is flowing, rendering service, helping other people, and you don't claim anything like a miser. Most people are selfish. They are competitive. they want to have more than the other, and they are keeping and keeping and keeping, and they feel wonderful with it. That is where you cannot go to the kingdom.
Okay. Okay.
But then, if you are a channel and it is flowing in service to others, it is a different thing. So knowledge itself is given based on
Context.
yes, where people have
Find
reached.
themselves. Yeah.
It is their syllabus. So where they have reached, you speak to take them out of there. But when they are out of there, there's higher things to talk about. So there should be correction for all these kind of things in the scriptures.
Okay.
It is the truth. So it's not all rich people who are going to hell. It is those who are misers. Those who are misers are going to hell. But
Thank you
those who
very
are-
much, Doc.
Yes.
Okay. Dr. Twas. Those who are mice are going to hell.
Yes. There isn't, all these things later on we talk, but when we talk of hell also is a different topic. I mean, they will actually be in bondage. That is the meaning of it.
Hell.
Yes.
So it's not a country, or it's not a place.
No. It's just internal bondage.
And heaven is also
When one is freed from bondage,
opposite
then
of
then he experiences joy of the spirit.
Okay.
So that is heaven.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Jan.
Yes.
Thank you very much, beloved brother and sister, for watching. Tell a friend to subscribe to our channel so that every weekend you can also catch us on the flip side. See you next week.